Hey everyone, welcome back to the Stabby Hobo Gaming Channel. Today we got an epic crossover that you won't want to miss. Imagine Sonic the Hedgehog, our favorite blue speedster, being teleported into the post-apocalyptic world of Fallout 4. In this video, we'll explore what happens when Sonic takes the place of the sole survivor. How will his super speed and unique abilities change the wasteland? Will he be able to handle the dangers of the Commonwealth, from raiders to Deathclaws? Get ready for a wild ride as we dive into this unexpected adventure, blending the fast-paced action of Sonic with the gritty, immersive world of Fallout 4. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment for more awesome content. Let's get after it. After beating everyone in Concord, my first thought was to run towards Diamond City to gather some equipment, but I don't really need anything. I'm playing as a hedgehog. So I'm kind of thinking I'm just going to do this one bare knuckles, or maybe if I find some brass knuckles somewhere, I'll use those. But for the most part, it will be just a melee. That's it. And once I get towards Diamond City, I decide to head on towards Nick. Because on further thought, I don't really need to stop at Diamond City. I can just go straight to the subway and start his quest without having to talk to his secretary or anybody else. And I really hate wasting time in there. So I charge ahead and try to do it passively by running past every bad guy, but I get stuck up at the vault door and actually die here. And so as I come back and I just massacre everyone around the door as fast as I can. Where I'm kind of learning that it's hard to control this little dude, because he is so fast, I blow right past people. And I can't even get a good punch on them. And I don't have my VATs up enough, or my action points, to where I can constantly be locking in on people. So I kill Dino, I free Nick, and I go out and I punch Skinny Malone in the dick, as well as his girlfriend. That's about as max height as I can get from most people, so I'm taking out a lot of legs in this game. I have the brilliant idea to try to fight Swan after all this, and it goes about as well as a giant fighting a hedgehog would. He instantly pounds me into the ground and just obliterates me. Afterwards, I head over to Nick's place, answer some questions, and snoop around Kellogg's house before heading out and bashing his brains into my fists.
It's anywhere on its own now.
After Fort Hagen, I head towards Brotherhood Night Dance to go on a mission with him to ArcJet to recover a piece of tech. While we are there, we're swarmed by Institute synths who want nothing more than to recover the technology itself as well, and to get rid of us. So I light Dance on fire and watch the flames glow, hoping that this will be the last thing that he ever sees. But unfortunately, he makes it through, and we continue on the mission. We grab the tech, and we move on. I'm not going to bother showing you guys all the fetch quests because they are really just repetitive. But I will tell you that I ended up going to multiple places for them, and a lot of them were the first times I was ever there. I haven't really played the Brotherhood of Steel side since the game came out, which was many years ago now. And so it's all new to me. So that was kind of fun, but tedious.
You wanted to join the Brotherhood of Steel. Is that something you're still willing to do? Or should we just say our goodbyes?
I'd be honored to join.
I'll follow your lead here, but let's try and keep it light on the zealotry, shall we?
In the meantime, I really wanted to get my levels up higher so I can get more damage per punch. And so I started just beating every single thing I could find in my little area, including this Mirelurk and these 4 raiders who just unfortunately had to be nearby. I just obliterated them before they could even move. I ended up doing this for like a solid hour, just going around and grinding up and up and up, until eventually I came across somebody who had some bladed knuckles. Like a quote-unquote model on Instagram, Paladin Dance invites me up onto his private airplane and flies me off to a futuristic wonderland known as the Pridwood, where I am scrutinized by Kells before meeting Brother Maxon, who goes on to tell me all his deep personal feelings and secrets that he's hiding inside himself like a little girl writing in a diary. I honestly kind of blanked out during this whole thing. It's not my shtick. I don't really care why he's doing it. It's just kind of fun that he is doing it. It's different than everybody else. But it's also very much the same. They're all trying to do the right thing by themselves. And killing everybody in their way.
Don't worry. I'm convinced.
Paladin Dance's reports were quite clear regarding your feelings toward the Brotherhood. And he concludes...
I then have an interesting conversation with the doctor.
Whoever had sexual relations with any species considered non-human.
Because it'd be really strange if I had that kind of contact with any human. After which, to earn my stripes, so to say, I had to clear out a fort of super mutants. It proved easier than I thought it would be. I'm so fast and I'm so short, they have a hard time detecting me when I'm up close. When I'm further away, they can definitely see me. When I'm right up next to them, it's like they have a hard time even aiming down at me. So I'm able to just really beat on their legs and lower extremities and then just run away. And repeat that in and out of the room if I have to until they're all dead. It's very simple. I like it. I got kind of lost in this place though. I didn't know there was a basement. And so I had to run outside and find Dance and run back inside. And I eventually located the elevator where I went down and just absolutely destroyed these guys. Those bloody knuckles that I got, bladed knuckles that I got, really are super effective. They cut right into those guys and deal a ton of damage.
I want you to get out there and become our eyes and ears on the ground.
So the nukes are secure, Maxon's pleased, and he kicks me out and tells me to go find information for them and report back to them when I have anything, which kind of seems lazy to me, you know, from a leadership standpoint, but I digress. So I head over to Good Neighbor, talk to the good doc, and she tells me about Virgil, and I run out and look for him in the irradiated glowing sea. Besides a few scorpions and some radiation, there's nothing really out here for me. I was kind of hoping to run into a Deathclaw or two to see how I can fare against something that is really fast and agile and deals a ton of damage to me. Because Swan, while he is fast and he does deal a ton of damage, the Deathclaws are just faster. And they can slice you open with those claws. And especially if I get a glowing one or something like that, I really want to stretch my legs and see what I can do. With only knife blades on my hands. After talking to Virgil, I go out and try to find the Courser at Green Tech, a building full of Gunner's mercenaries. Now, I kind of think I was going too fast for the game to really run well, because in this opening barrage, when all the explosions are happening, I ran so fast in there that the NPCs spawned in the explosions that happen when you're walking in there. And so I'm just in the middle of this huge explosion going on. I have no idea what's going on. And I just try to punch and fight my way out of there, which luckily I'm small and fast enough that I was pretty successful. And those bladed knuckles really come in handy here, because I just tear through these dudes like paper. Eventually I get to the top and find the Courser. I thought he would be more of a combat challenge than he actually was. The biggest challenge is that I was moving so fast and he was invisible that I would try to throw punches at him, and I would just ended up hitting nothing because I would zoom right past him as I'm trying to go for him. But eventually I landed enough that he just goes right down. I had knocked his gun out of his hand like within the first few seconds. And that was a huge part of why I was successful actually in this first go through with it. Because if he would have kept that gun, he probably could have killed me pretty easily. Unfortunately, this is my view for cracking most terminals until about 3/4 of the way through, because then I have to download another mod in order to fix this. It's called the any terminal any height mod, which they told me that in the onset of downloading this mod. I just didn't listen to it. I just glazed over that. and just went on. I was so excited to get on this mod. But it's very, very important because I was just blindly going off of sound and using that computer terminal. And then it was time for Swan Fight 2.0, where I just mopped the floor with this dude. I mean, he didn't stand a chance. He barely got a hit on me. I think it was some concrete early on, that's about it. And I just diced him up. I love these bloody gauntlets. My idea was to work with the Railroad at the beginning as I'm working the Brotherhood of Steel and just get a little bit more content and a little more interactions that way. But when I went to work with them, the speech bubbles never showed up. I never had any options. I couldn't do anything, so I just did the thing I know how to do, and I completely obliterated them with my fists. To me, it seemed like the only thing I could do, which, now that I look back at it, if I would have came back or restarted my console or did something like that, I probably could have got that mission going, but c'est la vie, is what it is. They're all dead now, and I could figure it out myself. I just hacked into their terminal and used it to crack open my little brain chip anyways. After decoding the Courser chip at the Railroad's computer, I head back to Virgil, who gives me the schematics for the teleporter. But not before lying a little bit and getting Virgil's opinion on the Railroad.
How'd you manage to get it decoded?
The Railroad helped me.
Oh, God.
After that, I was finally happy enough to run into a glowing Deathclaw and was able to stretch my arms a little bit and see what these bloody bladed knuckles could do. Funny enough, they killed it almost instantly. There was a slight fight, but not much of one. After my impromptu Deathclaw boxing match, I make my way to the Brotherhood of Steel and have Proctor Ingram help me build the launch platform for my teleportation device, before giving a long-winded speech about what she wants me to do.
About the Institute and what they're up to. I put a clever little program on this holotape that'll scan their network and download anything it finds. If you
Upon arriving at the Institute, I cuss and yell at the first child I find.
Those bastards. Damn it. Sean, open the door!
Mother?
Before ridiculing my son's life's work. This does not go over that well. So I abandon my child once again and head out into the warm embrace of the Brotherhood of Steel. But first, I need to blow off some steam. So I find some local wildlife and kill them like any sane person would do. Before being sent off on a mission by the Brotherhood of Steel to go to an irradiated wasteland and find some possibly unstable nuclear bombs from the Great War. Upon entering the building, I find a lot of feral ghouls, I get stuck, and then I persuade one of the robots to possibly get rid of one of the trespassers.
Warm your soul.
Threat eliminated.
I plant my tracking beacon and get out of Dodge.
I'm ordering you to hunt down Dance and execute him.
Censor the...
I then track down my mentor and murder him.
Then so be it.
I've never been prouder of you than I am right now, brother. It's been a pleasure serving with you.
All of this paternal murder has left me feeling very disgruntled, so I track down a couple of cows and murder them, which strangely brings me joy. And now came the part I was looking most forward to, Liberty Prime, squashing the communist terrors of the United States. Unfortunately, it's kind of lost on this mod that you are so short and you can't really look up that well, and it's distorted from your perspective that you really can't take it all in. But on the plus side, I get to beat up some gorillas and ruin my child's life's work.
Here to blow up your reactor, Sean.
put an end to the Institute.
Well, at least there's no need for guessing games now. Under what righteous pretense have you justified this atrocity?
I just want to watch this place burn.
After killing my son, I head to the basement and make short work of the synths down there. Before planting a charge on the reactor core and blowing it all to hell, proving that yes, you can, in fact, beat Fallout 4 as Sonic the Hedgehog. Alright guys, that's enough for today. Like, subscribe, and tell me what you guys think. Should I move on to something else, or do you guys like these Fallout roleplay ones? Let me know down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time.